플레이 포워드가 무료 배포 중입니다. 헤비오시티에서 나온 무료 악기예요. 샘플이 들어있고 그걸 내 맘대로 에디팅해서 쓸 수 있는 악기입니다. 드럼 룹이 24개, 퍼커션 룹이 72개, 베이스 룹이 24개 들어있어요. 용량은 약 500메가고 콘탁 풀 버전 6.7.1 이상이 있어야 됩니다. 다운받는 법은 Name Your Price에 0을 입력 후 장바구니에 넣고 영원 결제를 한 다음에 받아서 사용하면 됩니다. 참고로 수익은 전부 도네이션 되니 원하는 금액을 넣으셔도 됩니다.
This, for example, is the first full loop. I think you get the idea what this thing does. We get. Or no, let's stay a little bit within the full loops, because on the blue keys. I mean, the problem with this one, for example, is yes, the chord progression is given, but you can use it. Think about it, you can use it. Wow, this one. You see there is...
오존 9 어드밴스드가 65% 할인 중입니다. 오존과 브릭 트위커를 함께 받는 번들이에요. 부티끈의 오존 어드밴스드보다 저렴한 할인 패키지입니다. 오존은 AI 자동 마스터링도 지원하기 때문에 마스터링 작업이 힘든 분들이 이 기능으로 작업하면 마스터링에 많은 도움이 될 거예요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Master Assistant is designed to give you a starting point that's intelligently tailored to your music to help you create a professional sounding master regardless of your experience level. And brand new in Ozone 9's Master Assistant is Vintage Mode. If you're using Master Assistant for the first time, all you need to do is open a track in the standalone Ozone application or place the Ozone mothership on your master track. Click on Master Assistant and adjust the settings to taste. We're going to use the new Vintage Mode, which will employ Vintage EQ, Vintage Compressor, and Vintage Limiter to help get you a warm analog style master. Next, if you want Ozone to handle the loudness of your track, choose Manual and move the intensities to control the amount of loudness processing that's going to be applied to your audio. They range from low, -14 LUFS, medium, -12 LUFS, and high, -11 LUFS. If you'd like Ozone to match your loudness and EQ profile to that of a reference track, click here and load a reference that you love. I'm going to stay with Manual. Next, we have Desktop.
같이 모든 이펙터가 들어있는 쿨템이에요. 믹싱할 때 정말 좋습니다. EQ부터 리미터까지 믹싱에 필요한 모든 플러그인이 전부 들어있어요. 믹싱이 고민이신 분들에게 강추합니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
You can just drag the crossover around to somewhere that makes sense. I think for a sound like this, that will do quite nicely. There's a band for the lows below 250 Hz, then a band for the mids between 250 and 1K, and then all that higher frequency stuff above 1K gets its own band too. It's also worth noting you can add in additional bands, so you can split it up into 4 or 5 bands if you want to. So you could say turn on this band on the right hand side and set an additional crossover position. But for this example, I think 3 bands will work quite nicely. Perfect, so now the bands are set up, I can throw effects on each of these bands, and I think what I'll start off with is a bit crusher on the middle band. So click here, choose a bit crush snap-in, like so, and dial in the settings as it's playing through. Check this out.
FM8이 93% 할인 중입니다. NI 메인 간판 악기가 엄청 저렴하게 할인 중이에요. 비트 찍을 때 레알 꿀템입니다. 댄스부터 EP 사운드까지 힙합 R&B에 필요한 다양한 사운드가 들어있어요. 사운드 디자인까지 할 수 있어 초보분들에게 추천드립니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요. 실크가 46% 할인 중입니다. 기타 악기예요. 기타의 연주, 사운드 디자인까지 한 번에 할 수 있는 꿀템이에요. 연주 패턴이 저장되어 있어 코드만 누르면 자동으로 연주가 됩니다. 패턴을 그대로 쓸 수도 있고 웨이브로 뽑아서 파형 편집도 할 수가 있어요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
You can now hit a bass note. So you can really get a wide variety of colors and voicings from simple chords that are held down by changing the bass notes. Another really nice way of using the virtual guitarist instruments is that we don't need to voice the whole chord here. For example, if I just hit a C, I'm going to get a C major. If I hit that with the minor third, I'll get a minor. Let's say I hit C and B flat. I'll get a C dominant 7, C and B, C major 7. So you don't need to hold all the notes down, just the determining ones that identify the properties of the chord. Now we have a performance section over here. We have a latch mode where we can hold a chord down and remove the fingers from the keyboard and it'll stay playing until you play another chord. And that's turned on or off there. We can play at half speed, regular speed, or double speed. We can add a swing value to the patterns. And these are really interesting for the timing. We can have a tight versus loose feel, and that's basically how rigidly they're quantized. And we can also have them play a bit ahead of the beat or behind the beat based on this. And the variance is interesting as well for
스마트 번들이 33% 할인 중입니다. 요즘 나온 믹싱템 중 가장 추천하는 꿀템이에요. AI 자동 믹싱으로 사운드를 잡을 수 있고 본인이 직접 사운드를 만들 수도 있습니다. 믹싱된 소리가 엄청 깔끔하고 좋아요. 트렌디한 사운드 좋아하시는 분들에게 강추합니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
I want the kick and clap to be present and up front in the mix, so I'll play around with the layers and the group impact. For the vocals group, I want the main vocal to be up front, and will therefore increase the group impact to make it even more present.
Which is coming soon, finding our way out, no more empty rooms, and growing with